July 2010. Fur-Free South Africa staged a protest at Hyde Park Corner, Johannesburg, to focus public attention on the plight of the Namibian seals. More than 85,000 nursing seal pups will be massacred solely for their fur, and around 6,000 bulls for their body parts, which will be used as aphrodisiacs in the East. This is now the biggest slaughter of wildlife in the world, and it is an infringement on Namibia's own Animal Protection Act. Independent observers have concluded that killing methods to be cruel and inhumane.
Tourists do not know, and what we want the world to know is that every morning before the tourists arrive, these seals are being beaten to death. Literally, their skulls are smashed to pieces with clubs by the sealers. Why? To fill and to supply an international trade in fur, in Cape seal fur.
The animals are actually being clubbed to death, which is one thing, it's inhumane. Obviously, it's in the country where they're being clubbed the most, in Namibia. South Africa stopped this in the 1990s, and it's still happening in other countries where it's basically it's ecologically unsound and economically unsound as well. Obviously, clubbing an animal to death is actually contravenes all the laws over there as well, and in an economic sense, they could actually make more money with tourism. So there's no point to it at all. It serves no purpose.
The purpose for me is to try and educate the world out there of the atrocities happening in Namibia, and to try and educate people that they should boycott Namibian products for that very reason, and then ultimately, obviously, to make people understand that it's completely inhumane and unnecessary to kill baby pups who are still sucking from their mothers. It's completely unnecessary and it's inhumane and extraordinarily cruel.
I'm here to speak for the voiceless. I want the people to know out there that we have the power to treat these animals with dignity and humanity, and we're not doing that. They've got no voices, they can't speak for themselves, they can't even protect their own young. And if not for people like us fighting this cause, the whole colony will be destroyed. They're already leaving the island. The nursing pups, 80,000 nursing pups are being clubbed this year. And the mothers are left. It disturbs the colony, it chases them away. We can make so much more of the country by doing ecotourism. It will be far more economical. This doesn't create a lot of jobs. It's cruel. It's just not the right thing to do. And we need to stand up for those that can't stand up for themselves.
Why are you doing it?
I'm doing it to raise awareness. I think a lot of people don't realize that 85,000 baby seals are being brutally and inhumanely clubbed to death and skinned alive for something that isn't necessary. So I'm here to show my support to the cause, and I'm here to raise awareness so that people know what's going on.
Has also been described by independent observers to be particularly inhumane and cruel, causing unnecessary suffering. Since the cubs are bludgeoned to death and they do not die after the first blow. Ironically, Namibia is contravening its own Animal Protection Act, which expressly forbids beating an animal to death. The cull also makes absolutely no ecological sense from another point of view. According to scientific evidence, the seal is no threat for Namibian fisheries.
This seal slaughter is completely and utterly without foundation. There is no need to slaughter baby seals. Not only is there no need to do it, but it's inhumanely cruel. We should have moved away from this sort of action years and years ago. And the argument that the seals are taking away the fish stocks is completely without any scientific foundation. So on all levels, this seal slaughter is completely unsustainable and unconscionable.
These are the scenes tourists flock to see at the Cape Cross Seal Reserve. Basking in the sun, the seals are Namibia's biggest tourist attraction. But hours before the sightseers arrive, these pictures tell a different story of baby seals being clubbed to death. The video appears to show a large group of seals being herded together and then violently and repeatedly clubbed.
I believe that animals have rights. I do not believe that human beings have the right to kill everything they can get their hands on. I do not believe that we control the universe. I believe that we were put on this planet to share this earth with the animals who also live here and have a right to be here. We do not need to kill seals. We do not need what they are providing to humanity. We can live without it. It's not providing jobs. It's very destructive of our wildlife at a time when we need to conserve our wildlife. It is a crime against humanity as well as against animals. So we must stop this awful slaughter.
Well, you have to protect the animals. They're the ones that can't speak, and we can. So we speak up for them whenever we get the opportunity to.
We need to speak for the animals because they can't speak for themselves, and to protect them from the cruelty that we have in this world.
In support of the seals, it's not right what's happening to them, and I'm giving my time.
Stop the seal massacre, boycott Namibia. Stop the seal massacre, boycott.
Because it's obviously not something that should be going on, and it's cruel and it's brutal, and for us to be humans and understand stuff, we shouldn't be doing this to like animals and in like defenseless creatures that can't protect themselves. It shouldn't be happening. So that's why I'm against it and I'm protesting it, make people aware of it, because I wasn't aware about it until a little while ago. So if people will be aware.
85,000 a year, it's been said, mainly for fur coats. What is your view on that?
What are they doing?
No, they use it for fur coats. So you didn't know about this happening in Namibia?
Definitely I didn't know about it.
And what do you think you can do about it?
Well, I think you have to be on that.
It's not sustainable. More money can be made from tourism, ecotourism, people coming to watch the seals rather than killing them. And there's also a danger that they're going to wipe out their seals, and it's the next generation's heritage that they're actually destroying right now.
What is the answer to your opinion?
Exactly what's going on. Exactly. Thank you.
I have the same thing, man. Yeah, I mean exactly what she said.
Okay.
Cruelty to animals. I mean, the fur trade is absolutely ridiculous, and I think if you cut off their money supply.
The fur trade, the fur fashion is a fashion of shame. These babies are being killed, slaughtered, so that people can wear fur coats. The whole fact of the matter is these babies are being killed inhumanely in the most cruel way, sometimes skinned alive. There's no excuse for that. It's absolutely unacceptable. They are being sold for fur boots, for fur coats, for fur jackets, so that people, it's for the vanity of the human race.